like a boss.
The greatest power anyone can ever have is learning how to read people like a book. You'll be able to see friends versus foe. You'll be able to anticipate betrayal. You'll be able to anticipate attacks. You'll be able to know whom to trust and whom to not trust, who to become friends, and who to keep away from, who to date and who not to date, right? And the thing about this is that a lot of people try to get to know people through other people, right? Like rather than getting the information straight from that person, they usually try to get more information from their friends and family. And don't get me wrong, it's actually it's better than nothing. But the part is that people are unreliable, and they can filter information through their own prejudices and through their own biases, maybe because of their friends or maybe because they're family member. And so to get a real gauge about a person, you can't really ask their friends, because they're gonna tell you whatever helps their friends. Trust me, man. They're somewhere in the background here, right? And also most people who are friends will also ignore red flags about their friends and family, and in order to keep a positive image in their minds. So you have to do this one-on-one, right? Eyeball to eyeball, white knuckling it pretty much. And the first step to becoming good at reading people is to understand that people are not impenetrable. People are not that difficult to read. You have to first be motivated to do it. You got to stop thinking of yourself. It's not a quality of whether or not you have the vision to read people. It's whether or not you have the willingness and the open mind to do that, right? People obviously make an effort to try to hide how they feel. It's a habit. But even though they're trying to conceal it, they're going to unconsciously reveal themselves, simply because humans have an urge to tell people who they are. People have an urge to reveal their true nature, and it's almost like criminals who give cops hints, or criminals who give a hint about who they are. The reason why that is because people don't like to hold their secrets. People don't like to hide their dark side. They want to express it. They want somebody to know who they really are. And so what will happen when you're interacting with people is that people are going to unconsciously let things slip out, unconsciously let some of their true nature come out, and they hope that maybe you don't see it, but they're going to do that. The problem is that we're always getting those little slippages, those slip ups on their part. But the problem is that we're not actually paying attention. We're too much in our heads. Let's keep reading the notes, because I prefer to read the notes. We want to find a way to release that tension. People are dying to reveal who they are, right? And so because of that, they're always unconsciously sending signals of their deepest desires and intentions. And if we're not aware of it, it's our fault. The reason why is because we're just locked into our own minds. We think that what we have to say is more interesting. We think that what we are thinking is more interesting than the other person. We see the other person as a world that's barren, as somebody who's boring, and as somebody who doesn't have as many interesting thoughts as we do. And so as a result, we let narcissism filter how we perceive people. And what that does is that you start to just project your intentions onto other people. You start to project your dark side onto other people. So to the extent that you could drop yourself, your self-interest, and your ego, you're going to be able to see people for who they are and become more sensitive to the signals that they send out. It's not about how smart you are. It's not about how brilliant you are. It's all about to the extent that you are not self-consumed, self-absorbed. It's as simple as that, ladies and gentlemen. If you think younger people usually struggle with this the most, because younger people are more self-absorbed when they're younger, right? They lack more theory of mind. They lack self-awareness. So this is more prone to younger people. That's why older people tend to be better manipulators, pretty much, because they get to understand this when they get older, right? So how do you do this? First of all, you got to empty your mind when you're in front of people. And usually if you have too many insecurities, it's going to be really difficult to empty your mind, because there's an underlying tension, an underlying desire to impress them. And how do you know you have that underlying desire to impress them? Pretty much how you take rejection. What do you say to yourself when someone does not like you? like, how do you feel when somebody does not accept you, does not like you, rejects you, right? That intensity, the level of intensity is usually a reflection of how insecure you are at the end of the day. So that insecurity, when you're in front of them, is always going to be creating a mental dialogue in your mind. How do I say? How do I look? How do I look now? Am I impressing them? Do they like me? And that internal dialogue has a gravitational force, like a black hole that brings all of your thoughts into that one place, where those thoughts are all about how do I get them to like me, right? And because of that, you just stop reading people, and people can sense that, right? People can sense, man, I gotta stop painting, I gotta stop drawing when I do these videos. People always looking like always looking like a mess. I draw with charcoal sometimes, so it just messes up my fingers. So yeah, empty your mind and pay attention to nonverbal cues. So how do you empty your mind? Bring attention to a physical sensation. Either bring attention to the breath or bring attention to the hand. Calm down, anchor your thoughts into a repetitive action, and that usually is the breath. Now, why is that? You might say, I may not be able to focus when I'm breathing, when I'm aware of my breath. No, those are two completely different parts of your brain. You can actually pay deep attention to the breath while listening to me. Like, because all you're doing is feeling sensation. You're not analyzing words. You're not making connections. You're just You're just having the sensation, and that feeling of that sensation is more of a primal thing. It's more in your that area is more in your reptilian brain. The part of you that analyzes information, that understands what's going on, is your frontal cortex. And so you could really you're using the two parts of your brain, because someone's like saying, oh, you could be aware of your depression while listening to someone. You know, that's the only way your attention could be in two places: in awareness of physical sensation, and then awareness of words and of things and processing information. You could actually do that. So that's not really a problem. But most of you guys are weak at that because you don't practice it. That muscle is weak. So it's very hard for a lot of you guys to pay attention to the breath and to listen to what people are saying. So that's why this is difficult. So how do you do that? Well, develop a meditation practice, right? Order my course, Emotional Mastery, or go to a 10-day meditation retreat, right? That will help fix emptying your mind. After that, you want to pay attention to the nonverbal cues. Change what you prioritize when you are observing people. Prioritize the nonverbal, the tone of voice, and the facial expressions and body language more than words. Words are meant to distract you. So when you actually pay attention to that, you're gonna notice that once you start getting good at paying attention to the nonverbal cues, you're going to feel almost like a physical anticipation, and you will feel people's moods inside of you, and you'll become more sensitive to their moods. All right, guys. So I want you guys to check out my online course called Dark Game. That's right, people. Dark Game. And this course is pretty much, I review to you the secret tactics, the secret techniques to create attraction in almost any woman, right? But not just attraction to the point that makes her want to see you all the time, where she's the one initiating all the contact, right? Now just imagine to be able to keep all of the girls in your life that you lost because of your stupidity. Imagine, and I had stupidity too. Imagine being able to keep them. Imagine being able to have 5, 6 women available to you, wanting to see you. Imagine being able to create intense relationships where they're all doing all the work. People, that kind of stuff does exist, people. I'm not going to promise you that you're going to bang like 40, 50 women. I'm going to promise you that you're going to be able to keep the women you have, that you get with. I can promise you that keeping them will increase with this course. But let me keep showing you something. This course is pretty huge, people. It's a huge course. This course has over 50 videos, right? And some of them you could get for free. If you just sign up, you get free videos, right? But in these videos, let me show you guys the course, right? All right, guys. Shit. That's me right there, right? In this video, I pretty much teach you guys how to find your purpose. Right? All this is how to find your purpose, discovering your purpose, right? I teach you guys then about female psychology, all of the principles about female psychology you guys need to understand. I then teach you guys the mindset, the proper mindset that you guys need to deal with women. After that, I teach you guys 21 videos on how to game. I mean, it's pretty much unbelievable, man. I gotta make this available, right? But it's unbelievable how many, I pretty much put everything: outer game, social circuit game, strategies, threesomes, foursomes,
everything, right? And on top of that, I give you guys a few bonuses: how to overcome approach anxiety, why you can't take actions, a Dickens pattern to change your mentality, how to go from open to transitions, right? 81-minute long, people. This is like, I don't know how long this is, but this is hours, and I mean hours worth of content. And you get a 30-day money back guarantee. I mean, you without questions asked. All for $99, people. People, this is originally, this could be around a few thousands, to be honest with you, right? But you guys get it for $99, right? All you gotta do is just go over here, purchase the course, and you'll get access to it. And if you don't like it, you could just message me and get your money back, people. Look, man, don't be hard headed, people. Don't be hard headed. This is the course that you guys need, right? It gives you guys everything. I cover everything. I could promise you, man. You're not gonna get a more in-depth course on how to attract women and keep them more than this. All right. Anyways, people, check it out. 30-day money back guarantee. There is no risk, and you could get the free course. You get the free trial. The free trial are these videos that you get for free, right? You guys could just sign up. You could watch all of these videos for free, right? And you don't have to pay. All right. Anyways, I'll see you guys inside. I want to see you guys inside because, again, people, you can't lose nothing. There's a 30-day money back